Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello. Hi, this is a rich day, two lives from Astrolada, and today my guest is sidereal astrologer Trifon Nikolov with the energies for June, and he will give us also an insight into the 12 signs, which is a rare treat for us. He's not just going to talk about the general influences of the planets in June, but also how it will impact some specific, at least, configurations. Each of the 12 ascendant signs, or you can use it from your moon sign or even sun sign. And don't forget, we're using sidereal astrology here, which means the actual constellations. Check out what your sidereal sun, moon, or rising signs are. So, Trifon, how are you? What is June for us? What is it?
Hello again. I'm okay. Thank you. I hope everyone is fine as well. I will explain where there is need for people who don't understand the difference between sidereal and tropical signs. So each person will be able to understand actually what I mean in the explanations. There is certain connection, as you know, most of you, that the planets rule each sign. So when I'm talking about the planets, I will be mentioning which signs are affected and how. However, the month ahead is complex for various reasons, and most of all because Venus and Jupiter will go into more challenging situations. But before we get there, let's begin with the good news about Venus. Right now, in the next 3 days, like today and especially tomorrow, the 29th of May, and until the end of May, Venus is in the sidereal sign of Pisces and reaches tomorrow the exact degree of exaltation, right?
Very strongest.
Which is really strong. So Venus, female energy is right now on the rise. We even saw this expressed with some slapping to the French president 2 days ago. So, like,
How is that
powerful
exalted
women
Venus?
showing the world that they can hit. Yes, yes, that's true. Venus is strong now. She's maybe too powerful. However, the good side of this is that now is a fortunate time about love and art. Any new beginning involving the goal of creating balance, harmony, love, and even justice in the next 3 days is very favorable most of the time.
So relationship,
So
if someone meets someone now or go on a date, it's very good.
they're probably blessed. Yes,
Or
they're
also
probably
like
blessed.
entertainment Venus, have fun, go to a party.
Especially new relationships, of course, also all kinds of enjoyments and pleasures, Venus, or things
Sorry to
related
interrupt
to.
you. Because you're talking about relationships, Trifon is offering his love and relationship reading for a very good discount till the 15th of June. It's down from $250 to $170. Plus, he's offering a 30-minute short reading with him on any topic, which is down from $150 only till $99 till the 15th of June. And that day, 15th of June as well, Trifon is doing a short webinar. It's 6-7 hours, just one day about all the 12 signs. But everyone can watch it. You can, if you're tropical, sidereal, but he will reveal secrets that we in modern astrology don't know much about the signs. Ancient secrets, there is secret divisions of each of the signs. Also, he will show very interesting connection about the signs. For example, for Scorpios, Gemini or Geminis or the energy of Gemini is one of self-improvement and what did you say? Self-improvement
And purification.
and purification and perfection. So how each of the 12 signs affects how is connected to the other ones. Because for example, for Scorpio, Gemini is the sixth house, purification, self-improvement. So he would look at this very different perspective of looking at the 12 signs. So whether you're a beginner or whether you're advanced but you want to have even deeper understanding about the hidden energies of the 12 signs, this course, 7 hours only, even if you can't be live to watch it, you can own it. It's only $49, down from 99. So that's, I'm very excited about this course, and it will help you also in synastry. Say, why do I always meet cancers? Because they fall in my sixth house. Obviously, I need to purify.
Yeah. Let's show like Scorpio signifies as it is intended here, the purification and the self-improvement for Gemini. And however, this connection that they have in the sky, for example, in synastry, can indicate that someone who is Gemini relating to someone who is Scorpio, that the Scorpio can help Gemini to self-improve as personality, to become more useful, more effective in life, even more healthy, right?
Yes.
And also the Scorpio can be like a servant to Gemini,
Yeah.
right? Which is crazy, right? Because Scorpios, they're those dominant, potentially manipulative guys, but for Gemini, they're just someone who bring them their morning coffee, for example. So
Oh,
there are many secrets between the signs, how they relate to each other, and what they bring and give to each other. Everyone gives something to the others, of
I
course.
can't wait. I can't wait for this webinar. It's only 2 weeks away, guys. We're probably gonna have 100 people, so take your place, hopefully, before we fill in the Zoom, because it's up to 100 people. So looking forward for
Yes, and
this.
no matter what zodiac you are interested in, these are universal rules.
Yes, whether you say sidereal, tropical.
No matter the system, it will work, what you hear.
All right, I'll
And
put
so,
links below in the description. Whoever is excited to join us or on the recording after that for live, doesn't matter, or be on the live one, or just get one of the discounted readings that Trifon is offering. And now back to June. The
yeah,
name, candles and blessings. What are we in for, Trifon?
yeah. So Venus now is exalted. Tomorrow becomes the strongest Venus for the year, or maybe for the next 2 years even. So this is very powerful Venus. Remember, Venus is the strongest at night. So if you plan to do something, if you do it after sunset, Venus will be even more effective. Remember this difference, but whatever you choose, Venus still will be powerful. So what it means is most probably that if new love stories are starting, or if someone like proposes right now, marriage, for example, or engagement, the probability of being successful is greater. And however, the result, the general happiness that will come from this is also much greater. Also, Venus indicates the tomorrow and in general those days, the peak of the love energies, like spiritual and sexual sense. This is so. Also, understanding about love, spiritual progress in the direction of love on many, many levels, this will be seen, and also indicates the strength of women overall is greater right now than in other times of the year. So good luck in the next 3 days, because those are only 3 days, and then the situation changes dramatically. Dramatically. What I mean is that Venus will enter then the sidereal sign of Aries on the 1st of June. And in Aries, Venus is not supposed to feel good. She is opposing her own sign Libra when she is in Aries. Basically, from the 1st of June to the 30th of June, she will be in Aries, which is a sign of Mars. But in these initial days of June, Mars is still in the sign of Cancer, which means he's also in the same negative position like Venus. So both Venus will be in challenging situation and her ruler also, and they will make a bad aspect to each other, which is called a square. And in love sense, this means scandals, affairs, cheating, very strong animalistic desires. So
Well,
those people who are like that will go crazy in that time, and everything can be expected. True love do not have to fear anything because the planets are only checking on this, and if there is true love, big problems are not expected. But for the rest, who are much impulsive people and who have high level of uncontrolled energy and desires, this will be a time of explosion, and all kind of problems can start, and there can be, of course, separations, and new but problematic relationships can start, usually based on only desire and potentially short-lived. So in a way, June is a scandalous month in relation to the things of Venus. So only the last 3 days of May are blessed, and then the next 30 days of June are actually not favorable for starting new relationships, especially those that are expected to be serious, leading to marriage alliance, etc. This will not happen, or even if it happens, it will be full of conflicts and problems. So watch out for the scandalous June ahead.
Well, I have Venus in Aries by birth, and I don't fight in my relationships. I did. It used to till 35, really badly, but after
Till
that,
35, okay, 35 years is enough, yes. So, okay, till 35. That was funny.
I mean, not everyone with Venus in Aries is doomed.
I think you are a very good representative of Venus in Aries. And I think that as long as Venus in your life was in the cycles moving through Aries, because I think your Venus is in the beginning of Aries, so it took like around probably 30 years because each day corresponds to a
Progression.
year,
I
right?
progress.
So in the time when she was still in Aries, it was like that. You said till 30, 35, you were more conflicting, but then she entered Taurus, I guess, your Venus, and it changed. This only reminds us that nothing is like constant, and even if you are born with difficult positions, they can change in time and to become beautiful, good positions. So don't lose hope, everyone. However, Venus in June will be like that, as I said. Okay, so it will be one very interesting, very hot Venus, but very impulsive, sometimes very aggressive and angry. Women can get more aggressive and angry in June for various reasons, especially because Mars in Cancer rules for property and family related reasons, right? And all this describes the condition of people who are ruled by Venus in those times. Right now, they're in good periods, but June will be more challenging. Who are those people who are ruled by Venus? These are those who have strong sidereal sign Taurus or Libra, like especially the rising sign. In the Western astrology, 90% of them will be considered, however, to have actually Gemini or Scorpio in their charts in this regards. Okay, this is the difference between the two systems. So those people will experience those adventures and impulsive nature of Venus. And they can be in more problematic period also in June. There is a saying, if everything that is difficult may happen so that something good follow. And this is true because on the last day of June, this challenging situation will end. And on the last day of June, 30th of June, Venus will enter her own sign, Taurus, which promises much more pleasant July for the entire world overall, and especially in the private lives of people regarding the topics of Venus. So now you know how those ascendants, Libra and Taurus in sidereal signs, will feel this period. Now about Mars. Mars is long time in difficult situations, since October. There was some relief for 2 months around New Year, but then again in April he went into a difficult situation, and this is his debilitation place. Being in Cancer, he will be like that, however, until 8th of June. On the 8th of June, Mars will make his ingress into Leo, the sidereal Leo. Right before he goes, in the last couple of days before 8th of June, he will be connected with the stars of the head of the Hydra constellation. Imagine a dragon with a couple of heads. This is the same dragon from the legend about Hercules fighting the Lernaean Hydra. So this ancient dragon, called in Babylon Tiamat, for example. Naga in India, etc., etc. Hydra in Europe. So Mars will be there. These are more aggressive days, with greater danger of aggression and cowardice and deception. The first days of June, especially between, I can say, 5th to the 8th of June. Watch out, people. However, after 8th of June, Mars improves. And this is good news for everyone who is ruled by Mars. So a general better period for around 2 months will start for those people who have rising sign Scorpio or Aries in sidereal signs. In Western astrology, in the 90% of the cases, they are considered to be having either Taurus or Sagittarius, accentuated as either rising sign or else. So these are the people who actually benefit in June, will reach better situation. However, for the world, the strength of Mars can mean more violence, more aggression. It's possible. It's possible. Around the 18th of June, Mars will reach the position of the royal star in Leo, which is called Regulus, star of kings. So leaders, like totalitarian leaders, the strongest leaders of the strongest countries, can feel a lot of anger in that time. Now I remember this is the ascendant of the US president. So this can be a time of greater disturbance for him. You need to be more careful. However, also it will bring much greater motivation for action in different areas. So it will get interesting about 18th of June. So this is about Mars. Mars will stay in Leo till the end of July almost. There will be many interesting other things about Mars, but for July. However, Leo, the sign of the sun, will get affected by Mars, as you can see. And already the South Node is also in Leo since the 18th of May. So people who have Leo rising in sidereal signs, but often they're 90% of the cases considered to be Virgo in Western astrology. So those people between 8th, 9th to 16th of June will feel the urge of conflicts and the need of new action. So they will get great motivation in that time. However, Mars in the ascendant is mostly victorious, especially in June. So this is actually good for Leos for this month. Also on the 16th of June, the ruler of the Leo rising, which is the sun, of course, will change from the sidereal sign Taurus into the sidereal sign of Gemini. In other words, the sun will become stronger. So the Leo rising people will become stronger and feeling better. The strength of the sun now is reflected in the fact that it goes higher and higher in the sky until it reaches the highest position in the beginning of the summer. Of course, higher place means higher position and more success. And the sun entering Gemini, the ancient writers like from Egypt, astrological writers like ancient priests, for example, of Kingdom of Egypt, they're writing that this is one of the signs of the sun, Gemini. One of the signs of the sun. So it's good the sun to be there. And it will be good for people who have Leo. They will have more fortunate period, actually, for 30 days, starting 16th of June. So remember this, Leos. Now, when I mentioned earlier the adventurous mood of Venus starting on the 1st of June, later on, between 6th and 9th of June, depending where you live, like more to the south or to the northern latitudes, this will be the time when Jupiter will disappear from the sky until almost the middle of July. So Jupiter disappearing means that at the same time when Venus increases her animalistic related to desire side, Jupiter, who represents morality and principles, becomes weaker. And also, so there will be no morality, no principles to uphold anything. And Jupiter also, however, is connected to compassion and kindness, and even to the good karma and protection that people will need. So we are entering a period when Venus and Jupiter are weak. So from this point of view, June is not so great for the world. This is how it looks, because there will be less love. What?
It seems what you're saying that it's good something like the summer of love where you just have one night stands, no morality.
This is in June. This is in June. Yeah, this is in June.
Passion and desire, but not much afterthought.
Yeah, this means even that if you start a new relationship in June, first it will be based on desires and animalistic things mostly. But Jupiter, who is the result, Jupiter represents life and children, is weak. And then this raises the question whether any relationship in June will be happy in relation to children later. As you can imagine, Jupiter being invisible for those people who want to have children, so now this is very important. There are many people who are trying in vitro procedures and other ways to have children. June is not so effective month. Venus indicates, for example, the DNA, the semen, for example. Jupiter, the power of life. And June is not the best month. This is up to the middle of July of trying to have children. You may be not successful, potentially. You can be more successful in other times, especially towards the middle of July. Just saying. I know for some people this will be important, actually. They're asking me about such things. And so Jupiter disappearing also can indicate that in the world there can be troubles related to children overall. Between 6th and 9th of June, especially, they will be expressed more. So as you can see, the indications of Jupiter are challenging. And the people who are ruled by Jupiter will enter some more challenging time for around 40 days, starting 6th of June. Those people are those who have the rising signs Sagittarius and Pisces in sidereal signs. But in Western astrology, most of the time they are considered Capricorn and Aries. So those people will experience the weakness of Jupiter. This time Jupiter is really weak compared to other years. He will be both invisible and debilitated planet, opposing his own sign from Gemini. His own sign is the opposite one, Sagittarius. This double weakness will be expressed in greater issues, So the people who are ruled by Jupiter, and in part everyone else almost, because Jupiter rules 4 houses of the charts of everyone, Jupiter will raise important questions about morality and principles and potentially the lack of those. So people can encounter deceptions, manipulations, and should be very careful not to encounter moral problems overall. And those can come also from other people, not directly from them. For the people ruled by Jupiter, it will be a period of searching for a new path and a transformation. At the same time, they can be not so effective, of course, feeling even weaker psychologically or sometimes even related to the body. Remember, however, Jupiter in Gemini is strong on the intellectual side, so it will give them the power of analysis and finding new connections. This important time for them. So this is about the Jupiterians. The situation will be complex. However, there are others, like those already that I mentioned, ruled by Mars, who benefit in June. Those ruled by the Sun also. Those ruled by the Moon, they always have various conditions because the Moon changes all the time. But basically, the ones who have ascendant Cancer in sidereal but Leo rising in Western astrology, they're approaching time that is stronger for them. Slowly. Still, however, June will be a little bit complex for them. This is because the Sun is transiting the 12th house from their ascendant, and the 12th house is about spiritual synthesis. But also people can feel a little bit trapped or being object of secrets and intrigues in this period. This, however, will be true mostly from the 16th of June till 16th of July. Until 16th of June, they are good. Until then, the Sun is in a beneficial place relative to their ascendant. What happens, however, with Mercury? Mercury makes very important movements. Mercury rises at the same time when Jupiter disappears. So when the powers of love and kindness are disappearing, the power of logic and thinking will come to help in the face of the strong Mercury. So the world will have a tool to resolve whatever issues come. Only you should think straight and logical. Mercury will be strong and will help for this for everyone. Especially those who are ruled by Mercury will have mostly good amount of June, with the exceptions between the days of 6th to the 8th of June, because Mercury is rising in very complex situation in conjunction with disappearing Jupiter. So Mercury will have to deal with the problems of vanishing morality and principles around. This is also true for the people ruled by Mercury. And Mercury will be able to establish better situation because he will be happening to be the ruler of Jupiter. And this is, according to the ancient astrological rules, giving strength from Mercury to Jupiter. So Mercury will be helping a lot, including to those who are ruled by Jupiter. However, on the 8th of June, Mercury makes a square with Saturn. Basically, the days between 5th to 8th of June are not good for traveling, and there are dangers of accidents, and also all kinds of moral problems and deception. And this can afflict also the people ruled by Mercury. Astrologically, those are the people who have rising sign Gemini and Virgo in sidereal astrology. In the Western astrology, they are considered to have most of the time Cancer rising and Libra. However, after this square with Saturn, 2-3 days later, let's say 12th of June, Mercury is becoming very, very powerful. This is the strongest Mercury of the year. Even on the 15th of June, when he goes away from the aspect of Saturn, is becoming much better. And until the 23rd of June, those 8 days, 15th to 23rd, people ruled by Mercury will be especially effective and happy and achieving what they want. Later, on the 23rd, Mercury will enter Cancer sign. They will focus on money, on family, on resources, and they will be successful about that. Mercury will be in favorable position in Cancer till the end of the month. So basically, those signs, the signs of Mercury, the signs of the Sun, and the sign of the Sun and the signs of Mars, this is like half the zodiac, will have good time. The rest, it's more complex. So in addition, this is like the personal situation for everyone. In addition, let's say what the ancients are mentioning about those risings and settings, etc., different combinations of the planets that are happening in June. For example, when Jupiter disappears, let's say between 6th to 9th of June, various places, they're saying that the king will outweigh his enemies. Now, looking at what happened to the world before when the king was mentioned in the ancient text, usually this is the greatest leader of some totalitarian, the strongest totalitarian country. And this is not China, according to what is happening. I know everyone thinks this is China. Actually, it's not. According to the messages from the sky, because, of course, this can indicate for various totalitarian leaders and kings that this will be so, that they will have greater influence over the matters and against their opponents in this time. They will be doing well. And actually, looking from the news, it is so. But more so, even more so, around 6th of June. However, later, we know that Mars will be with Regulus, the star of kings, 18th of June. This is, however, different. It will be the opposite around 18th of June. And then again, around the 24th of June, there is basically on the 24th of June, in the sky, the Sun and Jupiter will make a conjunction. This will be an interesting time for people ruled by Jupiter and the Sun. It will raise, for those ruled by Jupiter, it will indicate some more successful time. For those ruled by the Sun, it will ask them important moral questions and danger of deceptions. However, the ancients are interpreting it in a positive way for those ruled by the Sun, because the representative of the Sun is the king or the ruler of a country or entity, and someone who has great power overall. We can think also about people who are ruling trade trends in the world also, because it's Gemini. And what the ancients are saying about this moment, 24th of June, is that the king will be free from pain and that he will be free from grief. Basically, he will feel very well. So, again, this month looks to be a good one for those who are in having absolute power. And maybe for those who are thinking to have. And so, however, everything, I'm reminding, including those people and everyone else, that everything is temporary and the conditions in the sky, one month can be like that, but another month they can be in the opposite way. This month, it is like this, according to the ancient texts, in June. This is about Jupiter. Mercury, however, Mercury rising, is described by the ancients in very, very positive words. I already told you that initially it will be actually complex, so we can see a lot of volatility on the markets and dangers on the road between 5th and 9th of June. However, they say that the effects that he will bring are also the following, that there will be active time, also that some people will be yielding and retreating from certain matters. Maybe this is important for trade. We know there is a lot of pressure there. And that this time is said to be indicating all types of good things. All types of good things, because Mercury is rising strong. So 5th, 6th of June, when he's rising, there will be a lot of achievements, obviously, for people, and especially, I guess, those ruled by Mercury, but not only, because Mercury can rule good houses, for example, for Leo rising, or for many other, and not only the mercurial signs. For example, for Taurus rising. Taurus rising, who is considered Gemini in Western astrology, will benefit a lot from this situation with Mercury. I can say financial gains, for example. The most burning question for Taurus rising, I guess. And so this is good position. And they say that it will be especially good for the agriculture and for the farmers. This is very important right now because there was bad conditions indicated by Saturn in Pisces earlier. If you remember, when I was talking about Saturn in Pisces coming in April, the ancients were saying that there will be frost, there will be ice falling from the sky, there will be cold conditions, and they really happened in many places around the world and destroyed a lot of the crops.
This area where I am, all the fruit trees are frozen. They're saying there won't be no fruits. And this is one of the richest agricultural areas in Europe. And there was recently huge, such kind of ice fell from the sky. So destroyed the crops further. So that's true.
Exactly. Now Mercury rising promises that those, I guess, cultures who are now to give some more results will be successful, actually, and that from June things will be better. This is good for the food of mankind, of course, for the year later. Mercury will take away some of the toll and will help the prices not to go too much. So this is about Mercury. I think I covered all the ascendants. Let's give some additional warnings. And let's mention the people ruled by Saturn. Those are the people who have Capricorn rising and Aquarius rising in sidereal signs, but Aquarius and Pisces in Western astrology tropical signs. Last month, still we're in this month actually, on the 20th of May, Saturn connected to a difficult star of tragedy, suicide. This gave a lot of pressure in certain places of the world with danger of many children dying. Saturn will return to those places, so people will have to remain vigilant and careful to support against tragedy to happen. This is mostly in the personal lives, right? Watch out when Saturn is close to this star. But this will be later in the autumn. Now Saturn is going away from this star. So people who are ruled by Saturn will have a break, will have better month. Saturn is in the sign of Jupiter, and this will give them some effects as Jupiter becomes invisible. But still, I can say their month will be somewhere in the middle, neither too bad nor too good. This is what I can say. Later, July will be better. So this is one thing. And the warning now, 15th of June. I already talked after the crash on the Potomac River between an airplane and a helicopter, where many people died. I was wondering, and I was looking at possible cycles relation to greater number of airplane crashes. And I discovered that this cycle that I had in mind actually is on its peak in this year, which means this year is more dangerous for air crashes. And we can see this actually all the time. Most of the time, small planes, but remember, it's still dangerous. This month, in June, especially dangerous moment is 15th of June. Mars making a square to Uranus in the sky. Mars 3 degrees Leo, Uranus 3 degrees Taurus. I guess this can shake also the financial markets, especially those related to Bitcoin, maybe. This is just a maybe. But it will be logical if it happens. Also, as there was certain moments of losing energy in the energy structure of certain countries, like in the Iberian Peninsula and the south of France and other places. Mars and Uranus are related to energy and electricity in bad aspect to each other. This can cause problems. Yeah. So have this in mind. Try not to catch a plane on the 15th of June. Choose some other day. Later in the month, there are other important moments. On the 19th of June, Jupiter and Neptune will make a square in the sky. Jupiter condition towards Neptune indicates that there will be certain disillusionment and revealing of secrets. This can lead to scandals. Jupiter to Neptune will ask important questions about humanity and humanitarian qualities of the world, mutual help and trust, and the bad aspect can reveal unpleasant truths about that. Both those people who are ruled by Jupiter are in danger to face deceptions. This is also not a good time to be on a boat or to swim in the sea or the ocean or a lake, 19th of June. However, the next day, 20th of June, Mercury makes conjunction with the Fortunate Star. People can use this for starting new ventures or even traveling. It's different on the 22nd of June. Mercury is with unlucky star. Those who are ruled by Mercury should be careful for aggression this day. Then again, between 24th and 26th of June, this will be the time of the so-called black moon, or this is the invisible moon. And according to the ancient traditions, nothing new should be started. These are days for meditation and rest. Remember this? Or if you try to do something, you feel extremely exhausted. Especially this is true for those who have Cancer rising. Considered, I remind you, in Western astrology to be Leo. There is, however, a little later, 27th of June, favorable position of the Sun and the Moon for new beginnings and for traveling. This is one of the best days. The Moon will be in her own sign in Cancer and together with Mercury, and this is favorable. And then in the very last day of June comes big improvement. Venus enters Taurus, her own sign, indicating the beginning of better and more pleasant times for everybody. This is, I guess, all. Maybe I have to mention also that there will be a occultation of Mars on June 29th. It will be visible, however, in the northwestern South America. Northwest. This is like Colombia. There can be violent events and stopping whoever dealing with criminals, etc. But the ancients are saying, in general, the power of Mars will be diminished in this way. And so people who are symbolized by Mars will have troubles. in those places of the world, and maybe also in other places, but mostly in those places. However, the ancients are saying there will be burning heat, so we will see how it will be the weather in this part of the world. Maybe it will be extremely hot. I mean, really, really hot. So people should be careful about that. I guess in this area of the world, it will be not good time to travel there. And then again, Venus comes on the next day, 30th of June, in Taurus, and things go a little bit more to normal. I think this is good to finish with something good, right?
Thank you. Through the passionate and wild adventures of Venus, with no Jupiter in sight to be seen to calm down the horses a bit. But
Yes.
only temporary again. And thank you so much, Trifon. And anyone who wants to join the webinar on the 15th of June, which will be around 6 hours, about the secrets of the 12 signs that Trifon will be leading, only $49. Grab your seat. And I'm looking forward for that treat.
Yes, yes, totally. The understanding of anyone about astrology is in first place based on his proper understanding of the science. So everyone will have a lesson and much greater and better understanding for the science. Without this knowledge, progress in astrology is actually hindered for everyone. So the base, this is the foundation that is about to be revealed.
And it's something that is not normally taught, like, oh, Aries, passionate. It's other dimensions of the signs that we're not aware of, that Trifon will reveal according to ancient astrology and according to the relationship of each sign with the other 11 signs, which is fascinating. Thank you so much, Trifon. And thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you, everyone. Wish you to have good time ahead, irrespective of the planetary positions. Just be more careful, and you can hope for good results, of course. It's very personal. If someone needs to know more,
Oh, yeah.
you know what to do.
Everything is in the description below. The links for Trifon, I'll put cards as well.